I've lost 16 kilos in about 8 months. I started off 105 kilos, I'm down to 89. It wasn't that hard. It was just changing simple little things, exercising a little bit more, learning how to read labels, basically just going back to eating the basics, fresh fruit and veg, not so much processed rubbish.
Well, I've learned heaps on that because you never think of looking at labels, the simple things in life to change, you know. But if I ever do get hungry, I'll snack on a carrot.
Yeah, okay.
Just to chew on a nice big carrot and I'm fine.
Yeah.
But I'm fine otherwise.
And since then you've come down, what, another four?
About 4 kilos,
4 kilos, yeah.
We are trying to give the participants of the program the tools to be able to lose weight, and whether that just be small key concepts like being able to read labels, being able to identify an activity that they enjoy to be able to participate and do more energy expenditure.
Overall, very, very helpful in making you conscious and aware of food you're eating and what you should and shouldn't be eating, and the hidden traps that there are in various things, particularly processed food.
To learn about meal sizes, to learn, you know, about things like stress and lack of sleep and how these things impact on our weight, but also to try and guide them to make small little lifestyle habit changes so that these can be sustainable for the rest of their life, because we don't want this to be a 6-month program that we can get them to lose 12 kilos in 6 months, but as soon as it's finished, that, you know, they go back to their old ways.
A lot of my time is spent repeating things, and I think that's the same with doctors. And so I've seen a real benefit of bringing people together, saying something once, but 10 people hearing it, and each of those 10 people saying something, you know, it brings out a different comment in everyone, so everyone's getting the benefit of that.
It's interesting to hear other people's stories and what they're doing and what's working for them and what's not working for them, and yeah.
And same with the doctor. You know, the doctor's saying something, 10 people are hearing it and taking it on board, and so in that way it's been quite time efficient. And just fantastic to see different disciplines come together. There are lots of questions that get asked that I can't answer as a psychologist because I don't have the medical background, and to have a doctor there to be able to answer them just, I think, makes the patients feel like they've got lots of support, they've got all the answers that they want, and we've got all the scientific evidence behind the program as well.
If we talk about this in the domain of effectiveness for communication and developing information with patients, which I you know, anecdotally and you know, hand on heart believe, you know, we're capable of affecting great change in our population. I think it's a very effective tool. In terms of engaging people and seeing in our subjective analysis, particularly with the type 2 diabetics, our feedback is that the people who have done these things are feeling much more educated, much more empowered. In terms of an interaction for keeping doctors motivated and making them you know, develop their knowledge and street credibility around delivery and having their facts straight, I think it's very good for doctors because they are forced to give their information in a way which is, you know, generic and people can understand, and they're held a little more to account. And I think that there's nothing wrong with shining the light on people and having accountability in our, you know, how we put information to people.
Shared medical appointments, I already know, are an absolute raving success. Here at the Milton Medical Centre, we've actually run it across a diverse range of chronic conditions: osteoporosis, diabetes, women's health. It gave the participants the knowledge to manage their own condition better themselves, so that they could take charge of their condition rather than them coming in for a 10-minute consultation with their doctor and walking out going, I have no idea what they actually said. You know, it's given to them in layman's terms. They feel safe in that group environment to ask questions, whereas one-on-one with the doctor, they don't want the doctor to think they're stupid by asking, what are you saying?
the thing is, because it's a programmed shared medical appointment, you can build in a structured educational program. So let's say, for example, it's on arthritis, then we get the experts in arthritis to write the program. If it's on anxiety and depression, we get the experts on anxiety and depression to write the program. It's not just the one doctor talking about what he or she thinks about that area. It's the real experts, and then the doctors can add to that, and the facilitators can also add to it in the shared medical appointment.
The most helpful thing I found was the book that you wrote. I didn't look at the internet too much, or the what do you call it, the stuff that you're emailing through. I just read the book and the handouts that you gave us every week, and I find I can just go back and read that whenever I want and jog my memory if I forget a few things or whatever. But I think I'm right now to sustain this weight and keep living a healthy life.
Yeah. Good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you.